Hello, this is Barry Enerson from the Trade Ideas live trading room. It is Thursday, May the 21st. This is the address to get into our room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Well, kind of a slow day, at least for me anyway. It actually reminded me of more of the old FOMC days that, a little bit of activity at the beginning and then kind of meandering for the rest of the day. Um, I just want to go over a couple of the high flyers that we were watching over the last couple of days. PBMD, of course, is the one that has caught everybody's attention. Again, if you're not familiar with it, just take a look at the daily chart on this. So there's today's candle. What are we now? Thursday, so Wednesday, Tuesday. So, I mean, an amazing rise. And we have to keep watching this though, just because it had this having this big pullback now, and it's down 43%, down $2.58. But come on, this was up, I think, at one point 1,000%. We're talking about a stock that was 63 cents that got all the way to 644. So this was to be expected. The good thing is that here's the volume. I mean, it's still it's still huge at 19 million, but it's dwarfed by the 90 million that was yesterday. So, I look at this as being a pullback on lower volume. Again, staggering for this stock usually, but not compared to the day before. So I would be watching this one going forward. The other one was ISR. And, I've never really loved this one. I've always thought this was kind of a pump and dump. I think they used to pump out some press releases during the Ebola scare, and it's come back down to earth. And here's the difference. Here's the volume. So here's yesterday's volume. Here's today's volume. It's basically given it all back up. So I'm not as enamored with this one as I am with the other one for potentially going forward with it. So now, having said all that, we're always trying to find the next one of these that may do something like that. So SPHS. So you look at the daily, actually take a look at the weekly on it, and let's take a look at the weekly. So, here we've got some resistance up in the the $3 level. So here's a stock that was just under $1. Now let me just bring up the 5-minute chart again. And this is what caught my eye on it. I mean, here's a stock that was up 87 cents. What did it close at yesterday? It closed at 77 cents. So, we saw this a little bit of pre-market activity on it. Not a lot of volume, but here's where it opened. And so you see this nice candle, and then boom, it popped right through $1. Excuse me. So, like a lot of people, you could take a look at the excuse me, the PBMD. And as it's drifting down, there's a lot of money that had been made there, and they're looking for probably another cheap bio. People who are so inclined to trade the cheap bios or cheap stocks in general, I'm sorry, excuse me, are always looking for another one. So obviously, when a stock like this pops through $1, psychological barrier and all. So a lot of people will sit up and take notice. And here it was at $1.04, came back down. Then the buyers took over again and kept it over $1. I think there's these 98 cents right there. Excuse me, just 1 second, please. Sorry about that. I had eaten something with a seed in it, and it just would not want to go away. Anyway, so I decided to take the trade right here at $1.07. It looked like $1 was going to hold. The volume was coming in. It actually popped all the way up to $1.17. Thought okay, but I didn't want to just scalp it. And unfortunately, it whipped me out here at $1.02. So I took a 5-cent loss on it. But I was certainly going to keep watching it, see if it could reclaim the dollar. And let's see, so here you see it kind of based a little bit down here at the 90-odd cent level, and it came up through $1 again, but I was waiting for it to break over this. You see here, these two candles right there. I was waiting for it to break over this level. Now, I didn't love this pattern because, it looked like if you're going to get it, you're going to have to chase it. But luckily, it did pull back a little bit. And then when it popped through again through the $1, it looked okay. Maybe now it's finally ready to go. So as I said, I was waiting for it to clear this level right here, which is I think $1.08. Took it at $1.10. look good. Again, it teased this $1.17. Notice how it hit the high right here. I think that's still the high 117, and it just stopped. And as it came back down, I exited at let's see, $1.02. Don't have it marked here. I should just put the arrow here. Yeah, so I was in at $1.10, and I said if it could, I would exit, if it broke down through $1. But I'd had enough. Here it is. Oh, maybe I did put it in. Sorry. I have to move this over. There we go. So here is where I exited on this action here. So now I will continue to watch this. I will put an alert, on my brokerage program, charting program at $1.17. In fact, maybe I'll do it right now. Just put set the alert and make it maybe for a week anyway, see what happens. And if it can break through here, again, we've got maybe up to $3. So, that's almost $2 of blue sky, which isn't bad at all. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Now, the other one, Avio, I don't know how to pronounce it. This is one actually that one of their posters in the room had talked about earlier. I had said, what's the next bio? And I think Ori had mentioned AVEO. And if you take a look at the daily on it, and of course you can see that it is starting to ramp up. Here we go. It was starting to ramp up, and now yesterday was a day I was really looking at it, but it it sold off. It got as high as $1.72, and then it closed in this level here. But this morning in the pre-market, let's take a look at the pre-market. So here's where it closed yesterday at $1.61, and then in the pre-market it started to move. Here's $1.98, and now I wasn't getting in here, but it said, okay, this looks pretty good. Now, unfortunately, I missed this. I had said, I told everybody in the room, over $2, this could start to move, and I missed this. I unfortunately just got distracted, and this was a very, very fast move all the way up to 250. A little bit of a pullback. A break, a pullback again, and as you know, I usually like to wait for a whole number break before I get into a stock, and that's basically what I did. I took the trade right here at, let me just check my notes, at 310. Right here at 310. Sold some, luckily, at 333. But I was really thinking that it would have a bigger move than that. Again, if we look at the daily chart, in theory, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look at a weekly chart to see really. Have to take a look at a monthly chart. Okay. Here we go. So this is what I'm really looking at here as 766. So a potential double from there. Not today. When I say this, I don't mean that's going to happen in one day, but especially if you're looking at something that might have several follow-through days. I mean, this is exactly the type of thing that might. Now, is it extended? Of course, it's extended. I mean, it's gone from 84 cents. Now these are monthly candles, but it's gone from 84 cents. But nonetheless, this is what I like to look for. I like to see, this what I call blue sky here. There's nothing stopping it from a technical point of view till maybe this level. Not that it's going to get there, but at least that's basically what I'm looking for. So again, we go back to the 5-minute chart, and so I exited right here at 333. It did get as high as 349, but then it started pulling back, and I took out the balance at 316 right there. And since then, it's had a bad collapse, to be honest. For me to really, I'd have a mind maybe to swing something like this, but it would have to close over $3. But this is to me a broken chart pattern right now. I'll watch it tomorrow, though. I mean, if it can get above $3, certainly we'll take a look at it. But right now, to me, it's a kind of a broken chart pattern. And the only other one was TCX. Now this was this is from one of our new optimized strategies that will be in the optimized strategy channel coming in June. Now, a lot of people said, there was one poster who said, well, these things, there's not enough volume and the spread, et cetera, et cetera. And, you're right. Some of these don't have a lot of volume and sometimes the spread is bad. And if it's like that, then, what I tend to do is sort of back off it. I don't jump into the trade just because I get the alert on it, but I will back off it and kind of watch it for a while. And, actually, in this particular one, even though the volume was really low, I mean, this was about 60,000. What was it? It was at 88,000 shares when I got the alert. So, I mean, it was certainly low volume, and it's only put on, there 40,000 or 30,000 shares since then. But the spread wasn't bad. The spread actually wasn't too bad. It was only 8 cents. So I decided to take the trade right here at 24. The actual alert was at 20. Sorry about that. The actual alert was, I've had to, you know what, just 1 second. Yes, the alert actually was at 24, and it would have happened right there, but I basically backed off it. I didn't take it right away. I watched this action. Went down to 23.86, not terrible. It actually went down to and touched it again almost at 24. It went down to 23.81, so it's still within 20 cents. And the spread was probably about I don't know. I'm going to say 8 to 10 cents, which a lot of people would say, well, I'll never take a stock with a spread like that. But if you don't like it, don't take it. It's really that simple. We'll have a lot of different optimized strategies. So maybe if this is not what you like. But look, finally some volume. Now, I mean, the volume is only 13,000, but compared to the volume bars before that, this is what got me interested. So I took the trade right here at 24. Went down to 23.95, but again, it didn't nothing really dramatic. And then finally, it started working its way up, and I exited the trade at 24.49. I just kind of had enough. I didn't want it to just collapse on me, especially after getting almost 50 cents and waiting a long time. So. But I mean, not all these strategies are going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's that simple. I don't mind playing these. I mean, I just wait on them, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for today. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. The other one I'm kind of looking at, we have a little bit of time left in the day. Yeah, about an hour left in the day. I'm going to take a look at this. This is Keys, and it's on the top of my best 10 list. It's over 33. And it's, I guess it hit a high of, what is it now? What was the high of this? 33.11. So, if this can hold 33 and base a little bit here and then move up, I may just take this at the end of the day and try to get something out of it. But if it broke down below 32.95, I would probably just forget about it. But that's about it. So again, let's watch PBMD tomorrow. Yes, it looks terrible today. Again, let's look at the daily. Looks really bad today, but check the volume bar. If it had been 90 million shares trading all the way back down, fine. I mean, then it's over. But you know what? This is just a pullback after 3 stupendous days. Okay, that's it for today. Here again is the address to get into our room, and I hope to see you in the room tomorrow. Logging in with your Facebook or Twitter account. Now tomorrow's Friday, and of course the holiday is on Monday. In the States, Memorial Day. So I'm anticipating it could be a light day, but who knows? I give up now trying to predict what happens on Fridays before a Monday holiday. But all I know is I'll be there. Okay, I hope to see you in the room tomorrow. Bye bye.